expectations.
Well, welcome to the elevator.
Welcome to the elevator.
Hello. Is it your first time on?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you from?
Massachusetts.
What part?
The middle.
The middle. Okay. Here we go. We're going to go down. Well, I went to school in Boston, so I used to drive through the middle every time.
What's school?
A little here, a little there. So yeah, I did some research at Harvard Medical, then UMass Boston, all over. Okay, you're looking at the underside. I'm Laura, New York State Park. You're looking at the underside of the Poughkeepsie Highland Railroad Bridge. Construction began in 1886, completed only 3 years. There's a huge rush to get raw materials from the west side of the river, Pennsylvania, New York, to the heavily industrialized east side over here, from Poughkeepsie and beyond. It's a cantilever design, 212 feet high. It had to accommodate the tall ships' masts that would come up. The Hudson River is actually an estuary from the ocean flowing both ways. So we get salt water flowing up this far and ocean fish. Poughkeepsie was known as whaling territory as well. People, men would go out, go whaling, and bring them up this far. The rust that you're looking at, today's design will be called Corten steel. It's patented. However, at that time, what it is the rusting creates a protective barrier to the underlying steel. If you paint it, it would oxidize chemically, destroying it, or if they were to sandblast it, it would expose the underlying steel, and then that would also do it a disservice because it would expose it unnecessarily. We're going to Upper Landing Park if you'd like to go and explore. There's a lot of history from the Dutch and British colonization up to the industrialization of Poughkeepsie, or you're welcome to stay here and I'll tell you 90 more seconds of Poughkeepsie history. It's up to you. Who's getting on? Who's getting on? Okay, we're all staying. All right, here we go. Okay, so what you're missing at Upper Landing Park is it talks about in 1609 Henry Hudson came up past Poughkeepsie. In 1683, what happened at that point was the Dutch had primarily colonized the western side of the river. New Netherlands, they called it, having New Amsterdam and New York City, Kingston, a local city, and Albany. It wasn't until 1683 that they came to our Upper Landing. There's a rocky outcrop that the Native Americans could look out over the whole Hudson, which is pretty much the view that you're seeing right now through our elevator, an unobstructed view. The Fallkill Creek is here. This is backfill. There was a beautiful cove. So they had saltwater fish coming in, the Fallkill Creek fish, and then it's an undulating terrain here, so the hunting was fantastic. The Dutch arrived here, local Native American Masani deeded, I use that term loosely, deeded the property over for nothing to the Dutch and the British. About 5 years later, a new deed was created by the colonial governor. 12 years later, the natives from Catskill sent a belt of wampum as a declaration of war to recover the land. However, the Wappinger Indians had developed a relationship. They would remove wolves for 5 shillings a pelt for the landholders here, well, the leases, because they didn't like to sell the land because they could generate more income for the king if they leased it. Now, 5 shillings was the equivalent of a British soldier's wage for a week. So once they had removed enough wolves, though, the natives were pushed off the land and wound up on reservations in Massachusetts, in the Berkshires. That's where they wound up. So there's a lot more history, but you'll have to take another 90-second ride.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Stay on.
Very nice, thank you.
That was pretty cool for free, even though the elevator cost $2 million to build.
The state pays for it.
Yeah, who do you think pays the state?
Oh, we do.
Okay. And who do you think is going to pay for the...
This on, doing this on, because you're on top, that's
All right, I'm off.